am back. No, I'm being stupid, guys. So, of course, it is your girl, Quita, aka Malaysian Quita, and I want to welcome you back to the new and improved SINTVNOW, where, of course, I bring you smart, intelligent news in regards to the multicultural perspective, to gaming, to news, of course, beauty, and commentary. No, I got so much stuff going on. But guys, let's just get down to business. I'm such a hypocrite, right? I said that I was never, ever, ever coming back, right? But there are a couple of reasons why your girl is back, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But there are some changes with SINTVNOW. You know, I talked about it earlier. We got the smart, intelligent news. So we're going to talk about the good news, and then we're going to talk about those serious news topics as well, and most importantly, giving that multicultural perspective. Now, in regards to beauty, I am going to be focusing on pretty much multicultural beauty techniques in regards to what's called K-beauty, J-beauty, so Asian beauty products in general. I'm like obsessed with it. That is what has helped my skin look the way that it looks, besides my God-given genes. The genes, I'm telling you, no. But all ridiculousness aside, I really love Asian beauty products and Asian culture, so that's going to be another focus. And then finally, commentary, man. I'm going to be talking about, you know, playing my games and doing what I do. But I'm going to get, you know, much better with the news component. And you guys were really on my ass about this. You guys want the intellectual stuff. And, and I'm just going to say this before we get into it here. But, you know, entertainment can be seen intellectually as well. I think sometimes there's this stereotype about intellectualism. It always has to be serious topics. But no, you can talk about entertainment in an intellectual way. And that's always been the foundation of this show. And then definitely in the future, I would love to have interviews, like more interviews, and getting back into that, because I always love you know, talking to people and learning like about different professions and different perspectives. So, why am I back? There's a couple of reasons, okay? And I have to put my foot down. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because this show is so awesome, and I would hate for me to just give up on this show again and be done with it. But there's a couple of reasons why I'm back. Reason number one is you guys. The amount of outcry. Like, some of you guys are so sad. You're like, oh, I just found out about you and you're leaving. Dang. You know, and others of you, you know, were like, man, I can't believe you're leaving. We really enjoy your stuff. So that's the first reason why I'm back, is because I love what I do. And I appreciate my audience, even though sometimes you guys frustrate the hell out of me. Some of you, you know, but this is a show about keeping it real, okay? So here are the ground rules. And you know me, I am not a person that likes rules unless there's a reason to the rules, but I have to put my foot down now, because some of the stuff that was told to me, like I was a snob and I was entitled and I think that I'm better than everybody. First off, okay, let me say this. If I thought that I was so much better than everybody else, right, then why am I back? If I didn't care about my audience, then why am I back? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, and this is just me, if I was such a snob, why on earth would I be going to school for education and learning more about diversity and social change? Like, if I really didn't care, I would just be about myself and not care, you know, and not care about others. And if I really wanted to be popular, I would just talk about popular stuff, right? But for me, I truly believe that intellectualism needs to be discussed in all different subject matters, especially in entertainment, because entertainment is something that we use on a daily basis. It's not just a pastime. Entertainment and reality have really become interwoven, you know? And I don't see anything wrong with that. So here are my 3 ground rules and just things that I've wanted to say, okay? So, rule number 1, I am not going to care, or conclusions here as well. I am not going to care what people think. I am going to talk about the things that I want to talk about, and if you don't like it, then don't watch. There are much better things to do with your time that will make you happy. You know, and to me, yes. I mean, why watch someone that pisses you off? Or why watch something that you don't agree with? I would rather have you, because time is precious, right? Time is valuable. I would rather have you, you know, watch a show that you enjoy. And there are tons of other people that will have your ideologies that you can agree with, and everything is good. I'm kind of coming from the foundation, and I'm a comedian a little bit as well. I'm kind of coming from the lines of people like Joan Rivers, people like, what's his name? Don Rickles, people like that, people like Pablo Francisco, and one of his stand-ups that I love is called They Put It Out There. And we're definitely going to be reviewing it here on the program. Comedy has always been a part of who I am, because you know why? Guys, man, ever since from, growing up, and as I've been getting older, because I was different and I was eclectic and I had interesting passions that were kind of outside of what people thought about people of color, I have always been the target of being made fun of and ridiculed. So what I decided to do is to take the intelligence that I had and to take all that teasing and bullying and manifest it into something positive. And that's why I do this show. I do this show for the people who have always felt that they were left out and always felt like they were not included, especially in the conversations in society that don't always get talked about. So if I really was entitled, why would I humble myself and understand that, yes, as an educated person, I do have privilege, but here's the thing, and this is just me, okay? I use education as a way to talk about these conversations that sometimes are not always easy to talk about. And if you speak about it eloquently, sometimes it's easier than kind of just talking about it, just really ferociously and head on. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you do have to have no filter, and I'm one of those people too. I am a realist, but just because I'm a realist and I understand certain privileges that I have as an educated person, I don't look down at people at all. Actually, what I try to do is uplift people and encourage them to do better for themselves. But at the end of the day, I am not a psychiatrist. And also at the end of the day, you as an individual, you have to interpret what message is, what messages that you choose to receive to yourself to interpret. So I'm not here, to belittle anybody, and I'm certainly not here to say that I'm entitled. But if people feel that way, I can't stop them. I mean, if you feel that I'm entitled, then so be it, I'm not I'm not going back and forth anymore, okay? And that ties into my second rule and second conclusion here. And I'm saying this respectfully, I'm not pointing fingers or trying to be rude. And in all due respect, I am not going to be spending my time debating with anyone about how I should be and act and how I do this show. People have been making so many conclusions about me when many people don't see the behind the scenes and what YouTubers go through. So if you don't do YouTube or talk about real issues and intellectual topics, it is hard to understand what I go through. And ain't that the truth, okay? A lot of times, you know, I feel like people who get angry or mad at me, it's like you got to put the shoe on the other foot. How would you feel if I critiqued everything that you did, and not constructively? I just kind of I just wanted to say something negative to you. You know what I mean? Like, how would you feel if I constantly was judging every single thing that you did? You would hate that. So try being on the receiving end as a YouTuber. It sucks. I get it. It's the internet. That's what comes with the territory of doing this. Because when you have strong opinions and you're a realist like myself, it always opens up, all different types of opinions, which I can respect. But there is a way that you can disagree, and disagree in a constructive and respectful way. Okay, because that's sometimes the issues that people of color, as an example, we have with each other, right? Is that we're tired of people, stereotyping us and putting us in certain boxes. Well, if we want that stuff to kind of start reducing, or just even in general, if we're sick and tired of how people just make assumptions on things, then we have to be part of that change. And that is what I'm trying to do. Now, is my opinion the right opinion? No. But it's up to you to interpret what you feel. And it's not my responsibility to always be this way for certain people and then this way for other people. Like, I'm just being me, okay? And I'm not going to be debating in the comment section anymore, which ties into what I'm about to say here. I am no longer going to be saying, oh, leave comments below and stuff like that. Here's the thing, one thing I've kind of learned about YouTube is if people have an opinion, they're gonna say it. Or if they want something to happen, or if you're a requested video or something, you guys will let me know. So I don't even have to say it anymore, and I'm not going to. Okay, so my final point. And at first I didn't like Cardi B, but I'm really starting to like her now, because me and her have a lot in common, especially in regards to how people kind of, there's a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to me. I am not a stuck-up person. I'm just very passionate. And one thing I tell people is, when you're passionate about what you do, sometimes people can take that to be the wrong way, and if I didn't love my audience, like, why the hell am I back? Why am I here, doing this episode today, right? So my final thing from my girl Cardi B, there's a song she did with, of course, Migos, and her, she was featured in there, as well as Nicki Minaj. But there's this one set of lyrics that really kind of reinforces how I feel, okay? So this is what she says. I don't want to hear that, I cannot talk today, guys. I don't want to hear I'm acting different. The same lips that be talking about me is the same lips that be ass kissing. And that's the truth. A lot of times people, not everybody, okay? So this is all the people who have supported me since day one. This episode, this video is not for you. You are exempt from this conversation. I just want a clear consensus moving on, because I got some really cool stuff I'm going to be talking about. So if I don't hear anything in the comment section, that means I am doing something right, because I am always full of ideas. That's just how I am, okay? So that's how I feel. It's kind of true. It's like sometimes people say they love you, but then behind your back, they're sitting there like, oh, I hope she fails, and I hope, she sucks at life and everything. So what I kind of learned from this week of being off is that, you really know who is really cool with you and who is really not. Because some of the stuff that I saw in the comment section, it really hurt me. Because these are things that I would never say to any of you. Why? Because I respect you guys. But you also have to respect me as the type of person that I am. Because respect is a two-way street. And respect is something that has to be reciprocated. Just like how loyalty is. When you're loyal to someone, that means that you have a very high respect for them, and that you honor their presence, and vice versa. And that's just how I'm gonna be treating this show moving forward. Like, I'm not here to be everybody's cup of tea, and I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. I'm just going to do what I have to do. You like me? Awesome. If you don't, I pray for you. I wish you the best, but I got to move on, because this show can be something so awesome. And I was just wasting so, like, I think what was happening was people took my kindness for weakness. But what people don't realize is sometimes being a nice person takes a lot of strength. And it does take a lot of energy to be kind, you know. And being kind is something that comes from the deepest part of your heart, which is known as sincerity as well. But with all that being said, what is coming up on Sin TV Now? Well, guys, you know what? You know what I always say, Asian people are my people. So let's start off with a bang. And we know that our girl Boa has come out with her first mini album since 2015's Kiss My Lips, right? I mean, that song came out. It's been a while. Yes, she had the song Camo, which is awesome. And she has the song, you know, One Shot, Two Shot. That's my song, like... Just you know, I didn't like it at first. I thought it was stupid, but then as I started listening to it, I'm like, oh, this is catchy. And that dude, I gotta find out what his name is. If you guys know who his name is, oh, he was so dreamy and hot. I was like, I need a Korean man today. He was really hot. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a review of One Shot, Two Shot, and it is a very interesting mini album. I really like it though. It's very catchy. It's completely out of Boa's typical elements. And have you noticed, guys, recently that Boa has become a lot more skinnier though? And then on top of that, her skin is a lot brighter too. And also, she's become more R&B. I've noticed this trend, especially in J-pop as well, Japanese pop, for those of you who don't follow that. It's become more R&B, more soulful, and it's been interesting. Like, the clash between the really, really poppy stuff, especially in K-pop, the really, really poppy stuff, and what Boa is doing. Boa has always been that artist that kind of brings a really interesting hybrid with her sound, and there's a reason why she is, to me personally, the queen of K-pop. There is a reason. She's still got the moves. She's still got the look. She is beautiful. Like, if I looked like Boa for one day, I would have the best, like, dating schedule in the world, okay? But enough with that. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. But as I always say, remember to get smart and stay informed.